on Wednesday, Donald Trump attacked female journalists. First of all, he attacked Jim Acosta. He attacked female journalists. Now he has continued the attack. This taking place on today. All right, folks, back to our Roland Martin Unfiltered video in just one moment. Now some words from one of our partners. You've heard me talk about our friends at Transatlantic Real Estate, who created a unique investment opportunity that combines legal marijuana and crowdfunding. Now, if you think about that for a second, you look at the growing momentum taking place all across the country around legal marijuana. You've seen initiatives passed in various states that have been on the ballot. Now, if you're an investor, there's an opportunity for you to really make lots of money to get in the game. Now, however, as markets continue to grow, it's going to be harder to get into this particular industry. Of course, it may cost millions and billions. What Transatlantic has done is offered a unique way. What they're doing is allowing people to be able to invest anywhere from $300 or $10,000 in terms of the purchasing of a farm. Now, let me explain that again. What they do is they buy land that supports marijuana grow operations and lease it to licensed high-paying tenants. So what that means is you're actually going to be a landlord of a licensed marijuana farm. And again, this is all used by crowdfunding. And then what they're doing is make it easy for the average person to be able to get into this business before they take the company public. So for a limited time, as I said, you can invest anywhere from $300 up to $10,000 to get involved. Now, here's what you must do. You must complete and confirm your application to participate in the opportunity. Okay? Complete and confirm your application to participate. All you got to do is go to marijuanastock.org. Now back to your Roland Martin Unfiltered video. Of course, remember, Yamiche Alcindor, PBS NewsHour, he called one of her questions racist. Now he is blasting April Ryan of the American Urban Radio Networks, calling her a loser, and then tells Abby Phillips of the Washington Post that her questions are stupid. Really? Here is Phillips' completely reasonable and proper question to Donald Trump today.
Whitaker to be involved in the Russia probe. Do you want him to?
That's up to him.
Do you want him to rein in Robert Mueller?
What a stupid question that is. What a stupid question. But I watch you a lot. You ask a lot of stupid questions. Same thing with April Ryan. I watch her get up. I mean, you talk about somebody that's a loser. She doesn't know what the hell she's doing. She gets publicity, and then she gets a pay raise, or she gets a contract with, I think, CNN. But she's very nasty, and she shouldn't be. She shouldn't be. You've got to treat the White House and the office of the presidency with respect.
Hi, Mr. President. Yamiche Alcindor with PBS NewsHour. On the campaign trail, you called yourself a nationalist. Some people saw that as emboldening white nationalists. Now people are also saying
I don't know why you'd
that
say
the
that. That's such a racist
There
question.
are some people that say that now the Republican Party is seen as supporting white nationalists because of your rhetoric. What do you make of that?
I don't believe it. I don't know. Why do I have my highest poll numbers ever with African Americans? Why do I have among the highest poll numbers with African Americans? I mean, why do I have my highest poll numbers? That's such a racist question. Honestly, I mean, I know you have it written down and you're going to tell me. Let me tell you, it's a racist question.
And Mr. President, I
love it. You know what the word is? I love our country. I do. You have nationalists, you have globalists. I also love the world. And I don't mind helping the world, but we have to straighten out our country first. We have a lot of problems.
And
Excuse me. But to say that, what you said, is so insulting to me. It's a very terrible thing that you said.
And Mr.
Okay, please,
Mr. President, people have you talked about middle class tax cuts on the campaign trail. How will you get Democrats to support that policy? Or
you have to ask them.
Well,
hey,
what's your plan for working with Democrats on a middle class tax plan?
You know what my plan is? I'll ask them. And if they say yes, I'm all for it. And if they say no, there's nothing you can do because you need their votes. Go ahead.
Okay, really? The person who has disrespected the White House more than anybody else now wants respect of the office of president? Give me a damn break. Joining us right now is the president of the National Association of Black Journalists, Sarah Glover. Sarah, glad to have you on Roland Martin Unfiltered. What do you make of him, first of all, telling Yamiche her question was racist, saying that Abby Phillips of CNN, the White House correspondent, that she asked stupid questions, and then calling April Ryan a loser? Clearly, black women are setting Donald Trump off.
Yeah, I mean, it's verbal abuse. You know, it is beyond the pale. It's over the top. Journalists and not just these three talented professional black women but journalists have been under siege since the Trump administration took office. And, today to call Miss Abby Phillips, to ask a stupid question, we would say as members of the Fourth Estate, answer the question. So, these women and others like this week who were called out by the president, Jim Acosta and Pete Alexander, we as journalists, we're unflappable. And those women are certainly some of the best and finest journalists on the White House beat in Washington. And so members of the community and the citizenry should have full faith in our press. The Fourth Estate is doing its job. And these words, it's verbal abuse and it's attacks on the media. And certainly members of the media are going to continue to do their job and ask questions. And so Yamiche, Abby, and April have the full support of the National Association of Black Journalists. All of them are members. And we have honored April as a Journalist of the Year, just like we've honored you, Roland, in years past. And certainly Yamiche is well known as our emerging Journalist of the Year. So we're very proud of the work that they do. And certainly the American public should be proud of them, too.
And look, he has attacked the media from day one during the campaign, obviously as president as well. But it's something different because black women seem to set him off. We know John Kelly attacked Congresswoman Frederica Wilson. Donald Trump has attacked Congresswoman Maxine Waters. And then, of course, you're seeing him routinely attack April Ryan and now Yamiche, Alcindor, now Abby Phillips. And then for a man to demand respect who gives none, what the hell?
Yeah, I think in part of his comment back was that folks should respect the office of the president. And people do respect the office of the president, and that's why they ask questions. And so, again, those comments, those are just words, and those things are not going to impact these, really staunch, brave, dogged, fearless journalists. And quite frankly, it's uncalled for. And we as the NABJ, we're asking the president to stop the verbal abuse, to stop the verbal attacks, and not only just let journalists do their jobs, but this is about the American people and informing the American public. And so, as a press, as a Fourth Estate, he should be working with us in the sense of wanting to get the message of the White House out, not just his message, but also for us to be able to hold the powerful to account. And that's a part of being a politician and a part of being a public official is answering questions of the media. And agreed that this week something was different about the ramp up of the attack. And the comments today to Abby Phillip, really, the third, black female journalist this week to be in the crosshairs of some of these, verbal attacks, and for April Ryan, for it to become personal and to be called a loser. It's just completely unnecessary. And quite frankly, it's unacceptable. And I know that the Fourth Estate and other news outlets, not just the NABJ, but other journalism organizations stand with us and stand behind these journalists this week and want them to continue to do their job. And Jim Acosta, who had his credentials to the White House, we've called for them, they've been suspended. We've called for them to be reinstated. And so that's a piece of all of this puzzle. But I think, again, you've hit the nail on the head this week, how this kind of transpired today, where there was a personal attack on April and calling out Abby Phillip, who by far is one of the most brilliant journalists in Washington, and to call her question stupid was unnecessary.
Sarah Glover, president of the National Association of Black Journalists. We're also sitting on the board as vice president for digital. We certainly appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Roland. Have a great time out in the West Coast. See you soon.
All right.